So we've already seen previously that we have three different types of statistics tables, which are basically the single series, the multi-series, and the time series. So here we're going to go into the details of those separate statistics tables and just, get a breakdown of them and see how they map to the different charts that you can generate from them. The first one that we're going to look at here is the single series statistics table. As we said before, this one has only two columns. So what typically happens is that the first column is mapped to the x-axis, and then the second column is mapped to the y-axis. So if you were to plot that, for example, on a column chart, you're going to have something like this. So you are going to see that the partner field in this case will be on the x-axis, and then the total events field is going to be on the y-axis. So each of the bars here then is going to represent, like, okay, this one is showing a single partner, and then of course the number of events that are associated to that partner. The second one, if you plot it, say, on the bar chart, it's exactly the same thing. The only difference here being that now you have the partner field on the x-axis, which is vertical. So as we said, the bar chart and the pie chart, the only difference is that with the bar chart, the x-axis is vertical. With the column chart, the x-axis is horizontal. And then, of course, you're going to see the total number of events, which is now going to be on the horizontal axis because we're talking of the bar chart. Now, what about the pie chart? On the pie chart here, it's not necessarily an XY axis plot here. It's basically going to take the field that is the X axis here, which is like your category, and then you're going to see that each of the values of the partner is going to represent a single area on the pie chart, as you see. And then the size of the chart is going to, or the size of the slice here is going to be proportional to the number of events that are associated for that partner. So for example, if you take the telco 4 here, you see that this is the largest slice. And if you come back here, you see as well that telco 4 is associated to the highest number of events. So let's now look at the multi-series statistics table. With the multi-series statistics table, the x-axis is still the first column. So that first column is still going to map to the x-axis. The difference that comes in is now when you're talking about the y-axis. The y-axis is now split into multiple series. So instead of just saying the previous example, we had telco 01 to telco 07, for example. So each of those partners now is going to have its number of events distributed across the different cities that you have here. So if you're taking telco 01, it's going to say there's a certain number of events in El Paso, in Houston, in Miami, New York, and Washington. So if you take this now and plot into the column chart, this is what it's going to look like. So typically on the x-axis, again, as we've said, nothing really changes. You're still going to see the partner name. But now when you start looking at the bars that are associated with your column chart here, what you notice is that each of the partners now is split across the different cities that you have. And if you want to see the city names, you can look into your legend. So you see which color is associated to which city. So when you take a partner here now, it's going to be like, this partner has X number of events in El Paso, X in Houston, Y in Houston, Z in Miami, and so on and so forth. So what about the time series statistics table? As we said, for the time series statistics table, your x-axis is always going to be the time field. Now, on the y-axis, you can have single or multi-series. So on the y-axis, you may just have one column. And if you have one column, this reduces down to a single series statistics table. On the y-axis, if you have multiple columns, as we have in our case here, then this is going to look like a multi-series statistics table. But note again, the most important thing is that with the time series statistics table, the x-axis is always the time. So if you take this information and then you plot it on a line chart is the best kind of representation, a line chart or the area chart that you can use for a time series statistics table. So this one is going to show you that on the x-axis, you're going to have your time, as we said. For the time series, always the x-axis is the time. And then now you're going to see that your events, the count of events varies with time for the different cities that you have. And those cities, again, are going to be represented on the legend. So you're going to see that each series that we have for a city here is going to have a specific color. So you're going to see how the number of events, for the time that we are looking at here varies for Dallas, for El Paso, for Houston, for New York, and of course, for Washington.